Who is the most pathetic washed-up celebrity? Rudy Giuliani is a sad, drunk joke of man. How does Andy Dick still get work? The man is completely uncontrolled. Friend of mine lives in Hollywood. Said she saw him hammered out of his gourd in very rough shape. She asked if he needed any help, and he replied something to the effect of, "Don't fucking patronize me." And that's very much in step with every other Andy Dick story out there. Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, and it isn't really close. He's making shitty action movies to launder money for Russian oligarchs, and he's so fat and out of shape that most of his action scenes involve him sitting in a chair and slowly hand-slapping at the bad guys. What makes you roll your eyes every time you hear it? When someone says, "I'll be ready in 5 minutes," and you know you have time to watch a Lord of the Rings marathon before they're actually ready. Whenever you're at a large function for work with a speaker in the morning and there's this exchange. Speaker: "Good morning everyone." Everyone: "Good morning." Speaker: "Oh, looks like we haven't had our coffee yet." I said, "Good morning everyone." Everyone: "Good morning." When someone is complaining about the word moist, well, I'm sorry, how else am I supposed to describe this cake? Let's go around the room and share a fun fact about yourself. I was going to join the military, but I'd punch the first SGT who yelled at me. Sure, kid, whatever you say. What would you refuse to buy even if you were a millionaire? Reddit avatars. Anything Reddit sells. Anything that would inform someone I was in fact a millionaire. Any of those giant exotic animals. I worked with rehabilitated poached animals, and I can tell you that anyone buying tigers, or primates, or what have you got them from a place that euthanizes extra animals that don't sell, including those cute cubs that you can pet, or they're pretty directly involved in poaching from the wild. The animals are never treated right. Designer baby clothes. Was buying my daughter shoes today and there were tables for Gucci, Burberry, etc. Shoes for kids. It's pretty gross. $450 for a pair of sneakers your kid is going to outgrow in 4 months just so people can see the Fendi pattern? Vomit. Heated seat subscription. What song breaks your heart every time you listen to it? A few weeks ago I went to a wedding where I didn't know the groom, so I didn't think I would cry at it. Then they played You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan for the mother-son dance and I started crying. Edit. Apparently this was the mother-son dance song for lots of people. If you got married in San Antonio, Texas a few weeks ago, then it might have been your wedding. Thank you for making me cry. When She Loved Me by Sarah McLachlan. I only hear it when my son watches Toy Story 2, which is a lot. Remember Me from Coco. Had to leave my year-old son to move to a new country and watch the movie on a flight. The part where the father sings this to his daughter has me tearing up every time. What's the worst possible reply to, "I'm pregnant"? My sister told my parents she was pregnant. She had been married for a couple of years at this point. My dad said, "What did you go and do that for?" My mom started to cry and said, "Why are you trying to make me seem so old?" Edit. Unfortunately, this was definitely not a joke on either of their parts. My mom definitely does have some narcissistic tendencies, and my dad, well, IDK, what's going on there? My sister was 22 or 23, and my parents were 45-46. Different scenario, but a coworker of mine a while ago was smoking on her break and a lady came up to her and said, "That's bad for the baby." My coworker replied, "It's all right, I'm not keeping it anyway, she wasn't pregnant." Someone asked me, "So you just decided to keep it and see if it works out? Are you sure it's yours?"